Hey, what's up guys? This is Johan, and on this video we're gonna do a recap of the Ricos Nano Tank Challenge from start to basically finish, and I'm gonna go over what are some of the challenges that I've had and just speak about the 20-gallon nano. Hey, what's up guys? This is Johan, and on this video I'll be officially entering the Ricos Nano Tank Challenge. In this video, we're gonna go over the 4-month update and the 20-gallon nano. I'm gonna give you guys a few little B-roll shots of what has changed and a few things that's going on. Hey, what's up guys? This is Johan, and on this video we'll be going over the 2018 Ricos Nano Tank Challenge June update. Even the euphilia over here, they're looking really nice. It looks a little bit blown out, so let me change the ISO right quick. And then even this torch coral, man, this tank looks so beautiful right now. officially entered into the Ricos Nano Tank Challenge, the 2018 challenge, and a week prior to that I was still debating if I was gonna join that challenge, and I actually did, and I'm very happy that I did, because it brought me this awesome tank. For the most part, it was kind of easy, not in the sense that I'm trying to brag or anything that it was an easy system. It was just once you try to put everything that once I try to put everything that I've learned from everybody, and I try to pull as much information that I could and try to remember everything that most of the guys I've seen being successful. And usually what they say is keep things as simple as possible and you have great success. You could add on different things, you know, lights, controls and all that afterwards, but all those things that you're doing is probably just trying to make it easier for yourself. So biggest thing I took out of what everybody said and what I've heard from all the experienced hobbyists is keep things simple and you'll have success. So with that being said, let's go over the 20-gallon Nano. So a couple of things have changed. A lot of the corals are a lot bigger than what they started. Like for example this frog spawn right here, that for me has been kind of the showpiece of the aquarium. It started off as 2 small colonies, and one colony with 2 heads that I had in my 75-gallon, and cut into 2 different frag heads with 1 head, so that it would kind of meet with the rules, because you had to add, if you have any Euphyllas or any LPS, has to have only 1 head and a 1-inch aquafrag. So I chopped up the Euphyllia, the frog spawn, 2 heads, just to get being within the rules, and I put them on either side of the rock. Overnight they split, and I did not know that Euphyllias would do such a thing. I didn't know that they would split basically like an anemone, and I guess you could say an anemone is probably a distant relative of a coral, and it's just one that moves on its own. So I guess you could kind of link that somewhere. I'm no scientist, so I don't know, I'm just saying, I'm just rambling, but that happened. And now starting from a 2-headed coral that I fragged and put into 2, it's now both of them have over 10 heads, 10 actual large heads. In between each head you can see the little bulbs of mini colonies starting to pop out, mini heads starting to pop out all over those big heads. So that for me is one of my most impressive coral. Right after that are my Montipores. They have been awesome. Those are my first hard corals that are doing really good, doing really well. And I know they're sorry about that, that was my phone. I know that they are beginner corals, but for me I didn't really have that much success in my 75-gallon, and I think it had to do with either with the type of fish that I had. I had a lot of angels, and also I had a lot of fish, so it probably was a combination of both, that the angels probably nipping at the corals, and then the amount of fish and the bioload that they produced basically outweigh and had too much, and outweighed and had the nutrients really high. And also I had a lot of hair algae because of the nutrients. So the hair algae was doing a benefit to keep the tank clean. At the same time it was competing for all the corals for nutrients and for more or less real estate, and some of the hair algae was growing in the coral, so that basically stunted the growth of the coral. One of the greatest successes I had with this 20-gallon Nano is I would take a coral out of there, and 90% of the corals that's in here started in the 75-gallon. I'd take a coral out there that was dying, I put them in a 20-gallon Nano, and within a month I would see the flesh then come back. So that actually made me feel like, okay, I might be doing something well. I might just probably be putting my mind on the fish more than the corals. So once I isolated the coral in here, I could, okay, so I am doing something right. Like I said from the beginning, from the start of this hobby, the start of this challenge, I wanted to basically challenge myself to see if I could grow coral, and this system has mainly been to grow coral, and I think that's what the challenge was for too. But I I didn't really take it as that. I took it for me as a personal challenge to push myself to grow coral, and I think that I had great success. The coral showed for me. I did lose a few coral, I would say, and that was because of a few different mistakes that I made, or different things that I had to do for emergency reasons or whatnot. For example, like a blue synthodium coral that I had, it was doing really good in both the 75 gallon and the 20 gallon Nano. It was doing really well, and then I wanted to try out dosing for my first time, and I had the B-ionic stuff, and I was just dosing based on kind of recommendations, but a little lower, and then testing just to see, and then those died off in both systems. So I quit dosing, at least for now, at least for then till now, just to be like, you know, let me step back a bit and remember what I was told, or what I learned for everybody. Keep things simple. So I was like, you know, I'll just make sure I maintain everything with just water changes, and that's what I've done with this system. So it's been water changes every 2 weeks, and I think it's been doing really well. So I can't really complain. Water changes are the way to go until my corals start to outperform the amount of water changes I can do. Then I'll look into dosing. I'll also probably start doing a little bit more research as well, you know, as far as dosing. It's not like the information is not out there. It is out there, just not something I was looking for. So one of the biggest struggles I had to deal with this 20 gallon Nano is the auto top off, and that for me was the biggest thing that I had to worry about, because I don't have a auto top off, or I said auto top off in the beginning, I meant top it off the water, but I don't have a auto top off system at all, and I basically had to manually top the system off. Now the problem with that is it depends on my schedule. I work a lot of hours, so I leave the house in the morning at 5 to 6:30 in the morning. Sometimes if I'm late, I might leave at like 7 something, but for the most part I leave between 5 and 6:30 to get to work on time, because Atlanta traffic. Yeah, so I leave early, and then I might be out till 8 or 10 at night, so I'm gone from the house over 18 hours. Some days just at work or dealing with traffic, getting to work, dealing with traffic, and getting to work, coming home from traffic. So I'm gone, and then I may forget, and then my tank might go 2-3 days without reasonable salinity. So that's my biggest hurdle. I just have to put a reminder on my phone to make sure that I top the water off every day or every 2 days, and that's going to work out fine. I just run the RDI line straight into it, let it fill it up, and then whilst it's doing that, I stare at the glass and clean it and look at the corals, make sure everything's doing okay, because if I turn my back, it's going to overflow, and then that's going to lower the salinity and mess the system up. So I use that time to basically oogle the system, put my nose to the glass, as the great BillyPipes says. You know, put my nose to the glass and just look at everything and just enjoy the reef. Now, my next biggest challenge with the system was balancing my nutrients in the system. It wasn't really too hard. I just wanted to kind of feed the corals a little bit, and then I did have a few fish in there that did kind of not make it to the end, but at least they were in there, and they served a good purpose, good time in there when they served a good purpose in their time in the system. So I kind of overfed the system a little bit, so because of that, my hair algae started to act up, because of a few rocks I took from the 75 gallon to seed this system to start it. I took that and put that in there, and they kind of started to grow out of hand. So that's kind of the reason why I had 2 fish in there, like a lawnmower blenny and a wrasse that was going into 75 gallon, but a lawnmower blenny and a small sylvan tank, and those, when they were alive, did an awesome job. They picked at the rock and cleaned the rock. And after they died, I needed to basically maintain my nutrients properly and do more water changes. So my water change schedule was mainly every 2 weeks, and then on the times when I need to load nutrients faster, every 2 weeks. Now I'm down to changing the water every 3 weeks, which is it suits my schedule a little bit. I could probably do it every 2 weeks if I wanted to, but I just you want to stay back and just let it do every 2 weeks, because there's not too much that's in there besides the alkalinity that does go down quite a bit now, and the pH still stays at 7.8. Because I use Reef crystals. Anybody who uses Reef crystals, if you, as soon as you mix the water, you test it and it's 7.8, and that's what it's always going to be. So I've always been like, don't chase numbers. When you chase numbers, things happen. And like I mentioned before, I dosed for 1 month and I lost my blue symphonium coral. So I just, all I did is just water changes, and that pretty much matched it, and that pretty much took care of my hair algae problem. Water changes, I manually take it out and just let it do this thing over time. Now the next biggest hurdle I had was probably the biggest hurdle was actually moving the tank. I had to do emergency move because the temperature dropped in my older house from about 60 degrees the previous day to overnight to about 36 degrees. Like I said, I'm in Georgia, and if anybody lives in Georgia or North Carolina or South Carolina or Virginia, you guys know what I'm talking about, where the temperature is about 80 degrees one day, you're out in your flip-flops, shorts and a tank top, and the next day you cover the head to toe in winter clothes. So that's what happened. One of those nights it was like 60 degrees the previous day, and then overnight the temperatures dropped, and I had a heater on the system. I accidentally took it out when I was doing some maintenance cleaning, and I guess I probably put it in one of the boxes and moved it to my new house. Now the problem with that is the old house I was in, it was a rental property, and there was no heat in that system at all. So me and my wife, we complained multiple times for them fix the heat, but they never really did it. So I was like, okay, we're not doing this anymore, and I was already looking for a house, so I found the house and we just started to move as soon as we could. So moved into this house, and I usually either move my tanks first or I move my tanks last. And because of the way the move was, I was pretty much doing it by myself. I could have probably hired some people to help me, but I wanted to do the cheaper route, try to save some money here and there, because but just buy a house and different little expensive student loans and stuff I gotta take care of. I was like, I could just move everything myself, which is fine as far as the furniture and all that stuff. My wife did help me move some of the furniture to the stuff, so that helped. But when it came to the tanks, I usually wait till the last, like I said, to move the tanks, and I left it over there. I was gonna wait till I was off the Tuesday, and then the temperature dropped, and this tank didn't have a heater, so I lost the pipefish, and most of the corals were really closed up, and some of them are still bouncing back. Like I have one of the Monties over here, green plain Monties. Those are still not as bright as they could be, but they're still alive, so I'm still kicking it. They're still kicking in there. But like I said, I lost that. I lost the pipefish, and I was like right then and there, all right, this is not gonna happen. I have to move it right then and there. So I moved it, and I moved it with the intention of setting back up right then. That's what I did. I'll link a video to you over here or over here. I think it comes over here. So I bet you it does come over here. I don't know. I'll link a video to in one of the cards to show how I did the move. Now, for the most part, that move actually went by a little bit easier than I thought it would be, or it moved by a little. The move went by pretty much swimmingly without a hitch, because I had already pre-planned that I was going to move the system from the time I set it up, because I knew that I had to. I knew that I was moving out of the old house because I knew there was no heat, and it was just not my property. So I wanted to have something on my own, so me and my wife could call our own. So I already had in my mind that I was going to move anyway. So I had planned things I would do, what I would move, and how I'd move it. And then I did get a few suggestions from some of my subscribers. Put bubble wrap over the things. Make sure to put some air stone or whatever in there, and that's when I had fish, but I didn't have fish at that time. So things I had planned out to move the system, and it kind of went out without a hitch. Only things that happened, two mistakes that I made, or one mistake that I made that kind of resulted in a loss of a few things, and that is I do not maintain the sand bed on the system. But what I do have to maintain sand bed, I do have two Nessarius snails that go through the sand bed and clean it, and I have a lot of bristleworms. I mean a ton of bristleworms. Every time I feed the system, they just pop out of the sand bed. So I have a lot of bristleworms that maintain my sand bed, and a few different worms that's in there, I'm not sure what they call, and different microphone and stuff that break the sand bed down. Now that's fine and all for a system that's stationary, but as soon as I begin to move that sand bed, move the tank, and the water slush around, I should have drained all the water up to the sand bed, but I did not. I left a little bit in there, and because of that, once I was driving, the water basically sloshed around, turned the sand bed up, all the detritus and whatever else was in the sand bed that basically came up in the system. And then when I began to add the rock work back and add coral, it was basically a dust storm again, and some of the corals liked it. I even put the clam back in there. The clam really liked it. It was like, oh yeah, this is good food. But some of the other delicate corals didn't like it, and that acro I have in the system basically stripped back a little bit. And I think one of the feather dusters is gone. I'm not 100% sure, because where I put them is kind of under a rock, and I only see one sticking its head out. So it might be still alive, or it might not be. I am not sure. I don't want to disturb the system anymore. I just want to leave it alone. And then I also lost my pink rock flow anemone. That kind of hurt because it's a pink one, and those are kind of rare. But just because of the way the sand bed was moved, so that was one mistake I made. It wasn't really a mistake, but it was more the mistake of not draining the water all the way down to the sand bed. So for future reference, I know if I'm going to move a system, take out all the water all the way down to the sand bed if I want to reuse the sand bed. Alright guys, so that pretty much does it for the overview section part of this video. Like I said, this was actually a challenge, and it kind of went big. It did a few things over the world, and it was a challenge to see who could have a better Nano Reef tank. And out of that challenge, there were three finalists and one honorable mention. And so all the three finalists, it was Easy Reef, Nanos, and myself. And the honorable mention was a little bit of Reef. So we were the three finalists. I still include a little bit of Reef because his was he wasn't part of finalists because of a slight upload mistakes. You know, he probably uploaded a day before or the month before, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what the judges were saying. So the four of us, I still count him as it because he completed all the way through. So I'll high five to all four of us. But there was a winner, and the winner was picked, and I was the winner. And now that, you know, that just being the winner, it makes me feel like I said earlier, I know I'm doing, but I still don't feel like I'm the only winner. I feel like we all did it because we completed something that a lot of people didn't want to. Thought it was hard, or you know, didn't want to challenge yourself. But all four of us, we actually completed it, and to show we all have our systems that we can look and say, hey, you know, I did this. But with that said, there were prizes given. For myself, if you guys have seen the screenshot, the snapshot of the video that you guys clicked on, then you pretty much see what I'm gonna get, and that's what I'm going into. I'm gonna basically show you guys what I got, and I'm speechless of it. All the sponsors that are out there, I want to give you guys a big thank you. You guys I'm sorry. Anyways, let me start the unboxing just to show you guys what I got. Alright, so I have one package, but I did get two of the gift cards that were going to be sent to me. So I have those in my email. Unfortunately, I can't show those to you. But first package I have here is from BillyPipes. I did black out some of the addresses because I don't want nobody stealing stuff. So I did have a package from BillyPipes. So Let me go ahead and rip this open. I have a knife here somewhere. I'll get a knife. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got me my little knife. Oh yeah. So I got 3 of the BillyPipes glasses. So I did really want these to try them out. So orange. Let's see what it looks like. Huh. That's actually, I like these because I have the ones used for construction, but they look nothing like. Let me see if I could show you guys what I see. Yeah. So there. It has a little bit of orange look. I probably got to change white balance or something on this, but for me, it does give a different type of look. Even when I look into the camera, the little viewfinder that's on the side right there, I could see. Oh wow, that's a whole different type of look. And all the corals look nice and stuff like that. So, I really wanted these because I have family coming over, and like this Christmas I showed everybody, and then we had to just share one set of glasses. So now that I have some official BillyPipes. Thank you, Billy. Thank you for being a sponsor. You one of the guys who made my day. Thank you for these. I think these are really awesome. I'm going to enjoy these. So every time I go to a aquarium, I love going to the Georgia Aquarium, or anytime I go to the state to any of the aquariums, I will definitely take these with me. Or if I get to go to Aquashella one of these years, hopefully I'll go to Aquashella. I'll put these over here. So we have a box here, and this one is from I guess BRS. I'm not sure where this one's from. So let's see what we got. Alright, I wish I could do an overhead, but my other camera, I have it right here, but it's not working. So maybe I should tilt down. Alright, so I have it tilted down now so you guys can see what I open with. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. I knew I was getting this, but oh my gosh, it's heavy too. So I have I got an ice cap 3K. I think this one's from Mark. Yep, from Mark. Man, I'll put his stuff down in his information down below. His Instagram, his YouTube. Thank you for this. This is definitely going to go on my new system build I have coming. I'm starting to get speechless again. Oh man, thank you, Mark. So I have another box here. So with me opening that box, I think I know what's in this one. So it's another one from BRS, and I think I've only supposed to get 2 big packages, and I'm shaking. I'm shaking. I'm about to open this, and let me just open it. Alright, so yeah, wow, I don't know what I don't know what to say. Yeah, so I got a Neptune Apex. I probably do. Man, I'm at a loss for words. Alright guys, so sorry about that. I just felt kind of I feel really touched, because these, I mean, this, you know, glasses, BillyPipes glasses. I mean, all of these are, you know, expensive equipment. I just don't know. So, like, all of these are, you know, I mean, my heart. Thank you. I don't even know if thank you is a proper, you know, proper way of saying thank you, but thank you. This means a lot to me, and this will definitely help me and push me forward to in this hobby, and getting better at the hobby. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. I've seen, like, you guys talk on, like, Instagram and stuff. I've seen it in on YouTube. I've seen it everywhere. But, you know, to actually receive these things from you guys, and the overwhelming support I've been seeing over on my Instagram and my YouTube, I want to thank you guys. Thank you. This means a lot to me, and I'm still kind of speechless. I don't even know if I want to touch these things. I'll just, probably what I'll do is go do another video. This one probably a little long by now, so I will do different unboxings for each individual package. So I already did unboxing for the BillyPipes, these, but I'll do a proper review of these, and then I'll probably do an unboxing a video for each of these, and then yeah. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button down below, and also remember to subscribe, so you guys could see, you know, the unboxing of these stuff, and then see of the future projects I have coming on. I have another build that I'm working on, so I have a bigger tank. Hopefully it should be here in the next couple of months or so. But anyways, guys, catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and if you made it this far, thank you for watching this video all the way through. And to all the sponsors, I want to say, give big thanks again. Man.